Okay, so obviously, it's a really good team over there, the Rams. Very good offense, defense, special teams. I think our team played hard. I think they played tough. I think they came out and understood we had a big challenge in front of us, and I think they tried to do everything they could to put us in a position to win. I think we got some guys out there that are really fighting hard. They're pushing through a lot of things, and they're tough, and they're out there trying to go compete. So, I'm proud of those guys for that. It's not easy in this league. It is what it is. There's a lot of good teams in this league, and we've faced a lot of them here lately. So we got to find a way to win. That's the biggest thing. We're in the game, and we just got to keep grinding it out. And then in the end, we got to try to figure out how to get that scoreboard to reflect that we're winning. So there's a lot of things that came up in this game. I think, a lot of situational football. There was things that we had, obviously by design that we were trying to do to, give us a little bit of advantage in the game. You got to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the opponent that you're playing and understand how good they are in certain situations and, use some of the percentages there based on the team that you're playing to see if you have situations where, you can get the ball back, you can't get the ball back, what's the time, how much play time comes off per play, what's the, situation for us to be able to get an extra possession or not. So a lot of stuff in that game. I'm sure there's probably a lot of questions about all of it, but, for me, there was a lot of it that we were really trying to grind through to make sure we were doing all the decisions possible to give ourselves a chance to win the game, and that's really what we did. And, like I said, give the Rams credit. That's a really good team over there. They're very explosive, very dynamic, and I think, tried to be in it all the way through it, and obviously, didn't get it done in the end. So. All right, what do we got?
Matt, up to the Stafford fumble, how close were you guys to sticking to the game plan you wanted to execute today?
I think we were trying to execute the game plan all the way through. Certainly different situations change, and at the end of the game, things can move in a different direction. But, there's plays in there. I think you're like, okay, we're still on course. It doesn't matter. We just got to stay with it. And then, a play here or there could change that, even on the other side of a turnover or sudden change. And, you just kind of have to play within the moment of each individual play. And sometimes it gets off game plan, and then sometimes you can get it back to game plan. Sometimes the situation switch. And then sometimes you have to kind of just evaluate, all right, where are we at, where are they at, and how much time is left, and what do we think we can do for possessions at that point. So.
You're struggling in the red zone there, 1 in 5 today. You guys seem like you continue to struggle. You got a lot of rookies now with injuries out. What do we got to work on to get through the red zone issues?
Yeah, I think we got to try to find ways to score. So it's all of it. It's not really one particular thing. Otherwise, I think we try to attack that. I think there's things all the way across the board that happen in those situations where we obviously just stall out. And we got to do a better job of keeping them out of the end zone, and we got to try to score points. It's obviously the name of the game, but there's certainly a lot of things there to clean up.
Matt, why try that? Outside kick, a little over 2 minutes out for 3 timeouts. Seems like the strategy, conventional strategy would be to take it away.
Yeah, again, think about the situation. Think about the team we're playing, right? The Rams, they're one of the best 4-minute teams in the league. Obviously score a lot of points, very dynamic. They're outstanding. They got a lot of talent. They got a lot of, guys in that situation that can make, big plays. So, with the timeouts that we had, I think it was 2:54 left on the clock, go for the onside. Either way, we got to stop them, right? If they get 2 first downs, game's over. It doesn't matter. So we got to stop them in that situation and try to hold them, and really thought it was the best opportunity for us to get a chance to get the ball back. We had some good things we thought set up for it, and we just got to go out and execute. But certainly when you play really good teams or really good offenses that perform well in those situations, a lot of that comes into play. There's some momentum that comes into play. But in that situation, I would say, 2:54 left on the clock, with as many players as they have on offense and, how good they've been in that situation so far this year, 2 first downs, 2-3 first downs ends the game. So midfield or backed up, we were just trying to get the ball back.
Right, no, I understand. I just want to kind of follow up. The flip side of that is that they get, 1 first down, that's they're only hitting the field goal from there easily at the time of the game. So I'm just kind of trying to understand.
The flip side's easy. It's either going to be good or bad. So, I think in that situation we were trying to make a decision that was good, and say that statistically, in what they do and what we have to defend, there's probably a line of demarcation in there time-wise that we were talking about all the way through where we said, all right, if it gets underneath this, then really, let's take a shot and let's make sure we get it here because, again, in that situation, it would just be too close and they're just too good in that situation. I'll probably keep that just to myself, but, we definitely were talking about that all the way through, okay?
Let's
go ahead.
Do you feel like your defense was giving you a chance to win with the way you were playing, and maybe until it emptied out?
Well, I think really, to be honest with you, everybody was trying to give ourselves a chance to win. I don't think anybody was out there trying to lose. I think everybody was trying to play the game the way that we needed to play it to give ourselves a chance to win in the end. We know how dynamic they are all the way across the board. Again, special teams plays a big part of this game. So, they're outstanding in special teams. They're great on defense. They're great on offense. So I think everybody understood that we were trying to do everything we could to keep it tight and control it the best we could. And, in the end, we got to finish it off there. So, yeah, and I give my team credit for being tough. I mean, there's one thing I'll just tell you, like, we have tough players on this team, starting with our quarterback. This guy's one of the toughest guys we have. So, everybody's out there competing. Everybody's out there trying to win. And I'm proud of those guys for that. So it's not easy. It's a good team. So that's why they're in the situation they're in.
Two things. What is he dealing with right now, A, and B, what happened on the fumble? Does he need to protect that?
Well, I mean, again, I'm just going to say he's a tough guy. We'll figure out the other part of it later. But he's out there. It's a really good defensive line that's coming at him, and those guys, obviously on the other side of the ball did a good job of playing at a high level. And certainly, I think in all those situations, we're never trying to turn the ball over. So, the best thing we can do is just try to hold on to it. But sometimes, it happens, and we got to respond on the other side too. So all of it's got to work together, and that's just what we're trying to do.
On the first onside kick, obviously a bold call, it's a team game, but when you got one individual that needs to do so much, how frustrating is it when that's not executed, when you make a call that bold?
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of plays where individuals in every single play have to do something to help us in that situation. So didn't work. We tried, and we got to go out there and we got to do a good job on defense in that situation and just kind of handle the sudden change. So again, like I said, it's that's a really good team over there. So I think we did a couple things here today that we made some decisions on to try to be aggressive, which is I think how you beat those teams that are really good. And the surprise onside, we had the double pass, we had the pass back to the tackle. So look, we're out there trying. We're doing everything we can to try to win. So, and that's the main thing.
Next question. Today's loss finished 25 years without a good franchise. How
Sure.
far away, realistically, do you feel like this organization?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go back and try to even dive into 25 years of history. I've only been here for a little bit, so I'm just trying to make sure we do a good job here next week and regroup. I think I got a team in there and a bunch of guys in there that fought really hard this week. They fought really hard all week to prepare off probably another tough loss last week, and that's not easy to do. So I give this team, these guys in that locker room, a lot of credit. It's hard to come in every single week and compete and work and try to get better, and I think we continually do that. We'd like to do it at a quicker pace, and obviously we'd like to try to win. So, we're going to have to do that again. I think, we got another tough opponent coming up, and we got to go travel. So, for us, we're just trying to really take the task at hand to get better and make sure that we're improving as we go through the season. And, for us, it's going to have to start all over again tomorrow.